Boom! What's going on, guys? Welcome into your energy news beat here on this gorgeous Thursday, March 4th, 2021. As always, I'm your humble correspondent, Michael Tanner, coming to you from an undisclosed location here in Denver, Colorado, joined by the executive producer of the show, the purveyor of the show, the director and publisher of the world's greatest website, EnergyNewsBeat.com, Stuart Turley. You were busy today, my friend. I'm about to do I get to do a little bit of an intro and almost hand the show over to you. It's nice. How you doing today, my man?
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, but I was wrong on my prediction. So, hey, when you're wrong, baby. But
you were upfront about it, but yes, you were wildly wrong. You had 1.7 million barrels coming back online. We got a big whopping zero.
But we did. We did get some.
We'll let you cover all that in a bag of chips here in the international news desk. But first, guys, continue just to subscribe to the world's greatest YouTube channel, Energy News Beat. Also, check us out online, www.energynewsbeat.com, the best place for all of your energy finances. It is legit an IV of energy news into your veins. Continue to subscribe, hit our notifications button. We really appreciate all the support. Today on the equities markets, I'll read you top line indices. It was a bloodbath per usual, down 1.5% on the SPY. Nasdaq tumbles over 1.58 percentage points. Dow Jones down 1.2%. Its yield surge over 5 basis points, or about 3.5 percentage points. Why? Chairman Powell came out and spoke today. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell came out and was a pre-scheduled speech and basically said. His quote was, the economic reopening could create some upward pressure on prices. He also reiterated that the central bank will be patient before changing policy as it saw inflation pick up where it expects to be a transitionary inflation. So to give you guys an idea, they're not going to lower rates. There's this idea that the Fed was going to implement what's called Operation Twist, which was basically selling long-term bonds, buying short-term bonds in order to flatten the yield curve. Well, they're not going to do that. There was an expectation of that. And so Adam Crucelio, the founder of Vital Knowledge, said in his note today, this was a minor negative as he failed to provide an update on the type of reassuring comments investors were hoping for. He was vague about what actions specifically would be taken if the Fed felt yields were rising to excessive levels. He did give a few opportunities to endorse a change in quantitative easing duration, but never did. So Operation Twist, not happening quite yet. That was not good on the data front. I was actually doing some day trading this morning, and I didn't really want to put anything in before I heard what came out from these Fed notes. So it was a pretty lame day for all you traders out there. I feel for you. Data front, we were able to digest about 5,000 less jobs less weekly jobless claims, I guess, than we were expecting. We were expecting 745,000, or that's what it came out as. We were expecting 750,000 according to the Labor Department. The Senate actually about 2 hours ago passed a key, I'm not a big politics guy. Apparently there's 9 different things you have to do before you actually pass a bill. You don't just vote on it up or down. You think you get a bill, you vote on it up or down. Now you got to vote on these 10 procedural things. So it passed a couple hurdles in the procedural. It now moves to a floor vote where, the expectation is it will pass in a 50-50 split with Vice President Kamala Harris casting the tying vote. It's going to be interesting to see where some of those fringe people vote. Let's move over. Bitcoin down 4 percentage points today. That roller coaster continues. Crude oil, choo-choo, 64.61, up 4.6 percentage points. High of the day of 64.86, and that's due to some great OPEC news. Brent jumps about 1.5%, currently trading $67. Back into the WTI curve is above $60 for the first time in a hot minute, up 3.7 percentage points. Natural gas has some pretty bad data and some pretty cold or warm weather that looks like it's showing it, so it's down 2.4 percentage points. $2.74. Back-end natural gas curve dives 2 percentage points. XOP was up 3 percentage points today. Why? Crude oil, baby. Choo-choo. We love it. OIH, which are oilfield services, up 1.5 percentage points. There's some big movers on the upside today, so let's give you an idea. We'll give you downside first. Canberra Energy, not a good day. American Resources Corporation, not a good day. High Point Resources, not a good day. Sandridge, not a good day. On the upside, though, good numbers, though. Callan, they're up huge, 7 percentage points. Diamondback sees 8 percentage points. PDC Energy up 10 percentage points. Ring Energy up 14 percentage points. CDEV up 16 percentage points. As I told Stu this morning, we just raised our prices 20%. Unbelievable. I love I'll hand it over to you, Stu, on the international side. bring us up to speed before we're going to have to talk about all the fallout from this. But walk us through on a timeline from this morning to where we ended up with some of these OPEC meetings, because it ended yesterday lame.
Oh, it was like, that's what I was.
I want to hear it. I think the viewers want to hear it too.
We ran this morning. Oil prices dipped ahead of OPEC Plus meeting, and preliminary numbers are showing an estimated, this is my calling, 1.75 million barrels per day in OPEC.
And timeout. So this morning, the consensus was there was going to be a build, and you had called 1.7 million barrels, and I tend to agree with you on this stuff.
And there was people were out there saying it was up to 7 million. And I was doing my crayon math. I mean, this wasn't even a napkin. This was crayons. And this morning, Reuters had a note out, and it was at 3:00 this morning, and they were saying, the city analysts, Brent for the OPEC expected to cut 500,000 barrels a day, but Russia wanted to put in another million. You started taking a look at what Russia wanted, and Russia's premier Novak was bored out of his gourd and saying, the markets are good. We want money. And we looked at the Twitter accounts. Everything was going nuts. After that, Helen Robertson and Amina Bakr were absolutely on the money on this. They were giving us things. And then, Michael, later in the day, we started hearing that Russia and everybody was falling in line. And then this morning, I was watching the video feed from OPEC, and the prince gets on the thing, and I'm sitting here listening to it, and he says the best IR statement. I think he had an IR guy, right?
So is this a candidate for IR guy of the week?
Oh, he's candidate for the year. We're going to put this one in the file, baby. Okay, he says, quote, transparency sometimes needs the lack of transparency to be fully transparent. Let me read that again. Transparency sometimes needs the lack of transparency to be fully transparent. Holy cow. And on the press, we're all being ushered out. I was like,
oh, yeah, because then he kicked the media out. I remember that. You just sent me a message like, we're out. I don't know what happened. The lack of transparency needs transparency in order to shed light on the fact that there's no transparency within
I got the video, and I'm cutting that thing up into memes. I mean, that is going to be meme central HQ on that bad dog. Okay.
And so what did it end up with? They all fall in line. It ends up being a 0 million bill.
320,000 increase.
Markets didn't care. Nothing. Shut up. We saw a high of 64.86. I was joking. We raised our prices 20% today.
Consulting dollars, absolutely. But here's the kicker, dude. Here's the kicker, okay? I'm usually right, but I was wrong today big. Now try this one on. This one says Iran has been targeting old buyers, okay? We have communications on their diplomacy. They have contacted 5 refineries so they can start putting out additional outside of OPEC. I got that right here, baby.
You've been on it. You've been on Iran.
That is not in the OPEC thing. Okay.
Markets don't care, baby. Diamond hands. Bye, bye, bye.
Okay, here's Libya. Libya is sending out signal.
They're complying.
No. Let me tell you why. The NOC noted that the oil sector in Libya constitutes 97% of the public revenues for Libya. Do you think they're going to abide by their quota? 97%, baby, right there. Wow. Okay, this one's a fun one.
It just, as an economist, it makes me squirm.
Hey, dude, this is actually kind of a fun one. Germany is really worried about Poland going nuclear. So this one is, we've been talking about this. Germany needs natural gas from Russia in order to help keep their green stuff online, their renewables. Well, the Polish government is going to nuclear so they can sell power to the Germans if they can't get the Nord Stream 2 in. Sorry, I thought that one was fun.
No, it's,
Anyway,
it's
it was
unbelievable.
a
And to be honest with you, yeah, I mean, it's
it's kind of like I do believe in renewables. Just it's got to be at the right place at the right time and the right price.
Stu, when you
That's
install a wind farm in your backyard, I'll get abs. It's either that or 2035. Whenever it's one of those.
Start doing some sit-ups, baby.
You get a wind farm. Anything else, Stu? I mean, it's your show. I've just got.
Yes. No. Yes. This is exciting. Our app has been turned into Google Play. We're waiting on the Apple developers. It is cooked and going.
Have you ever downloaded it on your phone? I'm an Apple guy, so I don't have it yet.
It will be. It's already submitted to Apple. To Google. It is supposed to be live by tomorrow. We'll have it live for the show on Monday, and it may be even for tomorrow. But we're waiting on Apple for the Apple developer, and we got us an app. It is cool.
I'm excited about this.
It is cool. So, and it's all because of you.
It's got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, it does. We did it for you.
Okay, well, you did it for me. Thank you. You built me an app. No, I think this is going to be a really cool way to be able to stay up to date. You want to talk about, you'll never be away from us. Whether on your desktop or on your phone, you can be on your deathbed and you'd be like, what do I need? Just turn on Energy Newsbeat, please. Just pull up the app. Tell me what's going on with OPEC.
The fans were out there, Michael. That's why we had to do this. We owed it to the public.
I want to die to a replay of me doing this show. I want that.
He doesn't want me on the show.
While I'm on my deathbed. It's really quick on the U.S. side, guys. We're going to let you get out of here a little early today. I don't know why I forgot to do this yesterday. I was really busy. Crude oil inventories came out yesterday. 20 million barrel build. Market could care less because of OPEC right now. All of the matters right now with oil prices, what's going on with OPEC, and the fact that they were expected to build somewhere between 1.2 and, as Stu mentioned, it was 1.7 million barrels. They come in at a cool 320,000. So that's super interesting. Domestic production falls or rises about 300,000 barrels to about 10 million. And this is another one of my favorite numbers, percent utilization. Not good. We're only at about 56, and remember, this is the week prior. So remember, guys, we're talking this set of refinery utilization has the shutdown from Texas. Stu, on Gulf Coast, Pad 3, which is all Texas,
right?
There was only 40% utilization on average for the week.
You can't make money on a refinery running that.
No, but that's why you guys were a little cold down there. Because you got, what's the status of that bailout, by the way?
Do what?
Status of the bailout. How's that coming?
Oh, it ain't going to be a bailout, baby.
Just giving you
all the people in California are moving here.
Yeah, I know. It might be the move to California. What if that happened to just switch? Everybody.
Good. Get them out of here.
Well, would you ever live in LA, Stu? Would you ever get...
No.
I can't imagine you chilling on Venice Beach. We miss anything today, Stu?
But it's a good place. I'll tell you about that someday.
I used to live in Huntington Beach for a year, so I'm very familiar with LA. It's not that tight. So
when we cook a steak, we'll talk about Venice Beach.
Oh, yay. Also, one more thing. Natural gas stocks, part of the reason they're down today. We only saw an 89 or 98 billion cubic feet drop. We were hoping to see 320, 350, but
wow,
not good. I don't know what to make of that, but that's really why natural gas is down huge. They're unbelievable. But we forget anything, Stu?
We got a lot of good stuff going on, Michael. Good job today.
It's nice to hear you talk for once. So with that, I'm going to let you get out of here, get back to work.
You don't.
Thank you for checking us out. World's greatest energy news show for Stuart Tully and Michael Tanner. See you guys tomorrow.